Hey there, what is up guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we'll be talking about the Azure Data Factory. And this is the first video in my series. And if you haven't watched my earlier videos, make sure that you watch them and subscribe to my channel because I'll be coming up with a lot of content. What is Azure Data Factory? Now, if you look at the definitions from Microsoft, the first definition that I did come across, which I liked, was that Azure Data Factory is a managed cloud service that's built for these complex hybrid extract, transform, load, extract, load, transform, and data integration project. Obviously, this looks like a complicated definition, but I did explain this even better in the coming slides. And with an example, this will make it really easier for you to understand. But let's go through what other definitions I found on Microsoft documentation. So the other definition is that Azure Data Factory is an Azure Cloud ETL service for scale out, serverless data integration and data transformation, and it offers a code-free UI. I think this part is easy to understand, that you don't really have to write code and you can just drag and drop to build pipeline, and that's really great, honestly speaking. You can also lift and shift existing SSIS packages. So Azure Data Factory has a very good compatibility with SSIS packages. So let's look at few terms that I would like to cover while talking about Data Factory. I think they are really important for you to understand, since a lot of questions in your interview might cover these three topics, which is data integration, data orchestration, and ETL or ELT. When you speak about data integration, it's nothing but it's a process of bringing data from disparate sources together to provide users with a unified view. Now, when we'll be talking more about Data Factory, that you will realize that there is a lot of connectors to connect to different sources like Oracle, like SQL databases, like data lake stores, a lot of them. Now, when we speak about data integration, what we are trying to say is that we have multiple sources and we will be using Data Factory to integrate to these multiple sources, and then finally dumping that data into the platform and giving the users a unified view of all that data. So this is what exactly data integration means. Now, what is data orchestration? The whole process of integrating with the source and then delivering the data to the users. The flow has to be automated and it has to run on a daily basis. And this comes under orchestration. If you read the definition, it says that it automates the processes related to managing the data, such as bringing the data together from multiple sources, combining it, and preparing it for data analysis. Now, what is ETL? You saw that in the first definition, that Azure Data Factory is a managed cloud services and built for this complex hybrid ETL and ELT and data integration projects. So ETL stands for extract, transform, load. The similar way, ELT stands for extract, load, transform. Now, ETL is nothing but it's a type of data integration that refers to a three-step process: extract, load, transform, obviously, or extract, transform, load. It is used to blend the data from multiple sources. And this will be something that we'll be hearing a lot. And it is something that you might come across while building a data warehouse. So now we understood these terms a little bit more. We understand what the definitions are from Data Factory and what Microsoft had to say about Data Factory. Let's actually take an example, which again Microsoft has provided, to understand what Data Factory is. If you look at this example, there is a gaming company that collects petabytes of game logs that are produced by games with the cloud. The company wants to analyze these logs to gain insights into customer preferences, demography, and usage behavior. It also wants to identify upsells and cross-sell opportunities, develop compelling new features, drive business growth, and provide a better experience to its customer. Now let's just try to understand this. There's a gaming company. It has a lot of data that's in petabytes, I would say, and they are produced by games in the cloud. So there's a lot of games which are actually working in the background. There are logs generated. The company wants to read and understand these logs to gain insights into customer preferences. Like, what do their customer prefer? What are the demography and what is the usage behavior? They want to understand the pattern when they are using more. What is the time of the day when this game is, played a lot? What location is where the game is more popular, and what customer prefer within that game? This will help them in identifying a lot of things and to understand the upsell and cross-sell opportunities and to come up with new features and to increase their business. That's what they want, right? But to do this, if you look at the size of the data, it's huge, and analyzing such huge data, it is really impossible if you have a traditional approach of just reading a data through some scripts and trying to integrate with the source system. So this is exactly where Data Factory comes into place. Data Factory is a platform that solves such data scenarios. Maybe this example was not very clear, so I came up with another example and let's take a look at it. Imagine that you have joined a new company and you have a new chair that is in your office and is provided specially for you. the chair, you want to get this chair back to your home. You have a car and obviously you will be there to manage it. The first thing that you will need is obviously to get into your office, you need to have an ID card. Once you have an ID card, then you need a manual to know how to disassemble the chair. Once you have the manual, you will spend some time, you'll disassemble the chair and you'll take that manual along with you to know how to assemble that chair back again. Obviously, you're going back to your home, you have a key to your home, and once you get back to your home, your chair will be next to your setup. This exact scenario, if you can compare with data, let's say you have a CSV file somewhere at a location. To access this data, you obviously need a link service or a key or an address to connect to this data. That is where link service comes into place. And then the structure of this data is defined with a data set, and then you have the copy activity to actually copy the data from one location to another location. And then again, when you're pushing the data into the target location, you have a data set which defines how the data should look like. And then you also have a link service which defines what is the address of the data where it has to be placed. And then finally your data is at your home. To achieve this, you're obviously using your car, but when it comes to Data Factory, you have an integration runtime, which is taking care of all the computing part of this whole process. And at the end, you're the person who's managing this. So that's exactly where Data Factory comes into place. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you like this video. If this video really helped you out, I really suggest you to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be coming up with a lot of videos and I'll be posting all the updates on Twitter. Talk to you guys in the next one.